personally instructed some of his top campaign aides to be even more aggressive in highlighting some of President Trump's more inflammatory and wild comments. We are told that the thrust of the president's direction was to significantly ramp up the campaign's efforts to highlight the crazy that Trump says in public.
All right, well, that's, I think, very positive. Operation Crazy is underway. But I think this is the right approach. It must be very frustrating for Joe Biden having all these people doubting whether he's fit to be in office when he's running against Herr Mussolini. But fortunately, Donald Trump's doing everything he can to keep the crazy train moving. He had plenty to say last night at a Fox News town hall where he confirmed a list of names on his running mate shortlist, including Ron DeSantis. But that's right, the forecast is cloudy with a chance of meatball Ron. It's how is Ron DeSantis on his short list? Maybe he thinks it's a list of people who are short. But this is a guy who he has also on the list are Tim Scott, Vivek Ramaswamy, Kristi Noem, Byron Donalds, and Tulsi Gabbard. Wow, what a group. He had better bookings on Celebrity Apprentice. See, it's like he went running mate shopping at Goodwill, and that's what they came up with. His secret is, while the other guys are focused on the major issues, Russia, NATO, climate change, etc., Donald Trump zeroes in on the issues that don't even exist.
They come out with faucets where no water comes out. You know, if you go to buy a home, and they know what I mean. The showers, you stand under a shower and there's no water coming, and you're saying you end up standing there 5 times longer. In Ohio, you have a great company that came to me, a dishwasher company, one of the biggest and finest companies, but they were going out of business. They said, we're not allowed to use water.
It's true. It's true. All Whirlpool products now run on sand. What a strange and mysterious world he lives in. Trump also last night peddled a new line of nonsense that this judgment against him in the New York fraud case is similar to what happened to Alexei Navalny, the heroic opposition leader who was murdered by Trump's buddy Putin. Trump said the ruling against him in New York is a form of Navalny, which is a disgusting thing to say. I mean, this is a fine he got. Trump owes a lot of money, $355 million, which will become $450 million with interest. He'll probably file for bankruptcy to avoid paying it. But the Attorney General in New York, Letitia James, said financial frauds are not victimless crimes. He engaged in this massive amount of fraud. It wasn't just a simple mistake like Eric. It was. She also said that if he doesn't come up with the money, she might seize Trump Tower. Turns out one of the downsides to putting your name on everything you own is everyone knows who owns it. And she could do it, too. You know, it would be refreshing to see a woman grabbing his assets for a change. Tell you something. When you're Attorney General, they let you do it. You don't even ask. You just seize. You grab them by the property. And Trump needs to come up with $355 million to avoid having his property seized. So let's check in on his GoFundMe that his fans have. Well, that's almost 900. So, okay, only $354 million to go. And he should be square. I love that Trump supporters think he's super rich, but also needs money. And God bless the MAGA faithful. They buy into, they worship this ape like he is their orange baby Jesus.
Mar-a-Lago. How was that? It's awesome. The food was great. I had fish and chips out from actual Scotland. They got a chef to come down so they can get the actual recipe from Scotland, and so the fries were actually big, and the fish and chips were actually crazy good. And
that's awesome. So President Trump invited you from the rally, and it was just a pop-up rally that you guys did.
Humble. He is such a humble man. He is such a people person. He is one of us, and he absolutely represents us.
Right. He's very humble. He represents you. He humbly flew in a chef from Scotland to steal his recipe for fish and chips. I want to hear more from that kid. I'd like to see that kid become his running mate. Wouldn't that be cool? 10-year-old running mate? Something to think about. The fish and chips are hitting the fan in Washington right now, where this Biden impeachment clown show goes on and on in the House. You know how they've been trying to prove there's some kind of nefarious Biden crime family, like like the Trump crime family. Well, most of it was built around intelligence provided by an FBI informant. The chair of the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, last month went on Fox News and said this highly credible source was the most corroborating evidence we have in the case. Well, last week, that informant was arrested and charged with lying about the whole thing. He got the information from Russian spies and passed it along. This is their star witness. Not only that, Hunter Biden's attorneys say the federal prosecutors who were searching his electronic devices mistakenly believed they found a picture of cocaine that was actually sawdust.
Look at that photo from his phone that the government prosecutors claim show lines of cocaine. That's what the government prosecutors are saying. They're saying that's sawdust. Take a good look at the sawdust. They're lined up in perfect little lines. Take a close look. Does that look like sawdust to you?
Yes, it does. Yes, is the answer. The answer is yes. Is that not only does it look like sawdust, it is literally on a saw. That's pure uncut Colombian cedar right there. It's either sawdust or it could be a very well-placed ad for Monster Energy drink. And you know, Hunter Biden isn't the first president's son to learn he can't get high from sawdust. I mean, why do you think Don Jr. always looks so sad in the woods? You know, between the president's son and President's Day and this never-ending campaign for president, there's been a lot of POTUS talk this week. So we thought it would be fun and a perfect time to play our very popular